And they just thought it was Bitcoin. I think for some people, it was a point where like they thought that whole like influencer shoe thing was gonna be like, oh, you're gonna like make you a millionaire. It's like, I mean, if you own a shoe store, I could see it, but that's almost like owning like a jewelry store, because you got all these high priced items that like, yeah, you might sell a pair, but like if you don't, you might not sell a pair for like a few days or weeks for real, because who's buying like a pair of 2,000 or 5, like unless Lil Yachty's in your store, or unless like,
I'm saying the people that got money to buy, waste on them shoes, they'll buy it.
That's true. That's right.
Like the rappers.
But you know,
for example,
shoes also weren't the most expensive per shoe, like retail back then. Now they're kind of like, once they saw people started buying them post stock, they started just having them high, like when you buy them, like retail, like, you know, the shoes used to be $200 and people would buy them and resell them for $500. They just started selling them for $500 or $300, like McQueen's and stuff like that. They started like a higher bottom line, but I think it also keeps people from scalping them too. Because Jordan's, that's just a quick.
Yeah, you can't buy that many shoes for that much.
Nah.
Unless you got it like that.
Or somebody gonna look at you and be like,
like you scalping.
Oh my gosh. I don't know where scalping went so bad. I don't think it's as bad anymore. But it does.
That's because everything opened back up.
Yeah.
Remember, scalping was going crazy during the pandemic.
Man, they were scalping Xboxes.
When everything was shut down, they were scalping them Xboxes and PlayStation, shoes.
What's one of the things everything you wanted most but was like scalped?
The PS5?
Xbox for me, for sure.
I couldn't get it. I'm like, this is back when I was living with my parents and could afford to be spending, just spending, because I ain't had no bills. I was like contemplating buying like a $1,400 PlayStation,
bro. And people were saying
at one point,
you can get on Facebook and it was people wanting to sell like the system, which was only retailing for like $699, $599, and they were like $1,000.
The scalp they was selling like on Best Buy and like through them third parties.
And
I'm like, out there in there contemplate. I'm like,
I started thinking, and I was like, what can I do with it though? And I was like, well, I can play again. I was like, well, this one.
I felt like I just had to have it.
I did, man, Bryce. When I tell you I had to have it, I had to have it so bad.
Because you looking at all the games and stuff folks playing, I'm like, it was a new thing at the time. I'm like, man, I got to.
And I was like, I can do it now. You know, the last one,
just because I can do it.
The last one I couldn't for real, because it was like, I don't think I had a job when the Xbox.
So I had a job. It was like I had to save and save and save.
Yeah. Because I think by the time I had
PS4, I was working at McDonald's when I got my PS4.
Oh yeah.
Living with my parents.
Go time.
And had to stash that $300. And you had to have extra for the subscription in the games.
Man, these subscriptions are getting out of hand. Because, I pay subscriptions. Actually, I don't pay any subscriptions anymore. Fuck y'all. But I was paying subscriptions for EA.
Nah, I ain't do that.
And... just Game Pass. EA and Game Pass.
I just got PlayStation Network and my Nintendo. Like, as far as gaming.
I would...
For the Switch.
Get my... I just found my Switch the other day, but I got to find my base for it. I want to play... I got Smash on there. I think I had got a Mario Party or something like that. But, people don't really be on that Switch no more like that, like they used to.
They came out with that second Switch.
Oh, yeah.
The Switch, too.
The Switch had people in a chokehold for definitely a long time.
See, nobody really playing it that much no more.
Nah. I think it's because just the craze is worn off. Like, people, it's more of a party thing, and I just don't think people get in really bigger groups like that. Like,
not anymore.